Thank you for joining me. Today I'm doing a reading on the royal family because of the King's coronation. I thought it would be a good time just to have a little look at different members of the royal family. So first of all, I just want to check in with my cards, make sure that I'm okay to read on this. So I'm just asking for permission here, just making sure that it's okay to connect and read on the royal family, please. Okay, so it's telling me that there's many options. So, there's quite a few people that we could read on here. Telling me that we have a connection. So it's good. It's good we have a connection. Okay, and improvement. So I will improve the energy on that to bring in much stronger read as we go. So I'll just breathe that energy in. So we've got now a nice strong connection, and there's many options here that we could read on. Okay, so first of all, we're going to read on the King. So let's have a little look at the King. I'm going to just pull a couple of cards and see what they have to say about King Charles for this year, please. This year, for 2023, what can you see coming up for King Charles, please? Okay. Okay, okay, there's a little bit of tenseness going on here with these cards. Okay, let's have a little look. Let's spread these out. Okay, so what I'm seeing for King Charles this year, I feel like he's moving forward, and this is to do with the coronation. So it's saying he's moving forward. We're going ahead with that. That's all happening. He will become king. However, we've also got the card, the Tower card, the Chaos card right next to it. So I feel like it's the wheels are in motion for some kind of catastrophe or chaos happening around King Charles. Now I feel like there's this one here is it's burdens, heavy burdens. This one and heavy is the head that wears the crown is what I'm hearing. So it's quite heavy was what go. It's heavy and it's funny that we're talking about the King and I'm getting that message. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, but I'm also getting in the cards. They're saying there's catastrophe, chaos, drama, turmoil and heavy burdens. I am not quite sure if he's up for the challenge. I don't know if he knows quite just how heavy this burden is that he's taking on. I don't think he has the choice. Here we've got the card of the self-development. It's like this is something that he's been bred to do. It's something that he's learned and been bred. It's like he's being presented with this. It's being presented to him from, mother to son. That's what I'm getting here. This is mother to daughter, but I'm getting here it's coming from mother to son. It's being presenting him the metal now. This is you're to wear this armor. So this is your burden to carry is what I'm hearing is what they're saying. Now I feel like I've got the creative expression card here. I'm going to get to this heavy card on this other side in a minute. On this side here, it's telling me some kind of creative expression. So it's like giving me a sense that he wants to express himself as himself, but it feels like the way the setup is that it's got to be done a certain way. He can't be himself. That's what I'm feeling. It's like it's suppressing his own personal expression. It's like, and again in the royal family, I guess you have to be careful what you say, how you act. I mean, that's just part of their life. But I'm getting he's not being able to express himself in a true and honest way. And that's what I'm hearing. It's not happening in a true and honest way. So whether he in public is acting like everything's okay and putting on a front to say everything is fine, everything's okay, but I feel like there's some kind of not truthful, honest way in the way he's expressing himself. So yeah, you can take that how you will. That's just the words that's come out for this read. And that could be a couple of different things. It could be that he's not being honest in some way, he's putting on a front, or it could be he's no longer able to express himself the way he wants to express himself. Next to that here, we've got the card. This one's my jail card, but it's also called long-term commitment. So this that he's going into is a long-term commitment. Okay, what I'm getting down the bottom here is there's a loss of something. There's a loss of something going on. There's something around him. There's some kind of loss happening for him. These cards indicate that there's a loss of expression, a loss of self, stepping into this role, but I feel like there's something more. This burden cards, letting go of burdens, also indicates when you're saying goodbye to a loved one. So he lost his mother. He's just lost his mother. So that could be what that is. So and that's what I'm pulling in this energy here. It's a loss of losing a person close to you, and that could be his mother. Is what he's lost his mother and his father actually. So that could be the burdens and carrying that weight of losing your mother and father. So, and that's on a personal note, but that's what I'm getting. There's some kind of loss going on around him. He's losing something. So he's either lost he's lost something, his self-expression, or lost himself, or losing himself, or just related to the burdens he's feeling from losing his parents. I am getting here down the bottom, there's a cleansing to the situation. So it's like he's wanting to... This card comes up for me when we're looking at, say, a business getting a facelift, or a business getting a new branding, and that's what I'm feeling. So, and down here we're cleaning up a situation. So and there has been some conspiracies related to the royal family. There has been some actual things, people hanging around people they shouldn't be with the royal family, and I'm talking about certain lists and everything here when I'm bringing in this information. But it's saying there's a cleaning up going on around that situation. So it's like King Charles, will be cleaning up certain things. People in the royal family, senior members that are acting a certain way, will no longer get away with doing what they're doing. It's like he's cleaning up certain people, certain main characters that have been getting away with something for too long. There's some kind of cleansing going on, or cleaning. Here we've got the card of inspired. So that's his ideas. So his ideas to cleanse the image of the royal family. That's what I'm getting. So it's like, he's wanting to do like a cleanse to the image of the royal family. But yeah, whether or not he's going to be allowed to go through with that, because here it's like getting it's the sense of not being able to express himself where he wants to, and he has these goals in mind. Getting a sense that it's not that easy to do that. It's like there's lots of steps in place, red tape in place, and he's not going to be able to do that. But overall, I do see that he is moving forward. He's going through this, but the burdens are very, very heavy. It's quite heavy. Now, yes, I'm not seeing any death card or anything here, apart from the card of saying goodbye to people close to you, so losing people close to you. But I am feeling like he's losing something. He loses something out of this by becoming king. Could be related to relationships, or it could just be that he's lost his parents. Okay, so let's have a look at somebody else. Who else should we look at? Let's look at Prince Harry. That's an exciting one. Okay, we want to read for Prince Harry in 2023, please. Prince Harry 2023. Okay, that's 2 mini cards. Let's have a little look. What's going on there for him? Ooh, okay, I wonder if those cards are going to come out again. Okay, so let's see. There was a regret card in that pile. Let's see. So Prince Harry for 2023. Oh, it's a loyal little dog. So whether he's getting a dog or it's talking about his loyalties. Where does his loyalties lie? Interesting. Okay, letting go of something. So that again is a bit of a regret card, a bit of a forgiveness card. That card is about letting go of, could be letting go of his family. Okay, now we're talking about stability of his relationship here, right next to that. Okay, that's a lot going on. An end to a situation. New beginnings coming up for him. Okay, wasting time. I'm just going to leave these 2 over here. It's like there's something bigger. He's got to look at the bigger picture. He's been wasting his time. Something he's been doing has been a bit of a waste of time for him, for his image. I feel like, he needs to look at the bigger picture. He needs to look into more and how things affect other people. Like, yeah, I feel like he's being watched as well. He's being watched too. have a little look here. Okay, so the regret card hasn't come back out again. Okay, Prince Harry for 2023. What I'm seeing here on the cards for him, there's an end to a situation for him. We've got a new beginning coming up for him. It's talking about him looking and considering where his loyalties lie. This is the loyalty card. Over here, it's about letting go. He's letting go of something. So whether that's Meghan or his family, or something that he's doing. He has to let go of something. And here's the stability of his relationship. So something around his relationship, there's some kind of, let me just read that a little deeper. He's letting go of something because of his relationship. And that's causing him to look at where his loyalties lie. So it's like, I'm not seeing a decision card here, but I am seeing it, that's like his loyalties are in question. And that's related to because of his relationship with Meghan and having to let things go. So I'm feeling a sense of sadness here. This is also the card of forgiveness. It's called forgiveness in my other deck. So it could be he's seeking forgiveness from his father or his brother, trying to build that stable relationship again with his brother is what I'm getting here. So it's about considering his loyalties. Maybe the regret card that came out was him actually regretting losing that connection with his brother. Maybe here's an end of a situation, the end of a situation and a new beginning. So for poor Harry, there's an end coming for him. An end coming to a relationship around him. So whether that's cutting off from his brother or his royal family, or cutting off from his wife, there's an end coming to a situation. In the middle here, it's called New Beginnings, but it's also a baby card. So whether we're looking at another baby for him or the loss of a child, and I hate to say that, I'm only saying that because it's the end of a situation next to it. Not getting that strongly, so I'm not going there, but I'm just letting you know what the cards are saying. In the middle, it's saying New Beginnings, but it's also announcement of a baby, something to do with a baby or around a baby. Here we're looking, this is the alien card, more out there. I'll come back to that one. Down the bottom here, things are all lining up. So he's trying to get his ducks in a row, trying to get things lined up a little better. Now down the bottom here, it's the lack of tolerance card. This is a card where you've had enough. Absolutely had enough with the situation. It's like you're ripping, this one here, she's ripping plants out of the ground, closing doors on a situation. It's like had enough of certain people, not putting up with this crap anymore and just cutting people off. So it's cutting people off, pulling plants out of the ground, meaning you're pulling those relationships up and it's a death to relationships because you're just pulling them out of the ground by the roots, and that relationship's going to die. So it's like ends to relationships, which we've already got the endings in these cards. There's endings coming for him. So ending, and it's not him personally. I'm not seeing death card here. I'm seeing end of situation. There's an end of a situation coming up for Prince Harry or Harry. And it's related to relationships because this is a relationships card. This one here is about what he's let go or what he's letting go of, or also forgiveness, wanting forgiveness, seeking redemption or forgiveness. Being loyal, where do your loyalties lie? More out there. So there's more out there with him. Let me have a look. The big one that I haven't mentioned, apart from the lack of tolerance and having enough of it, just ending, pulling these situations up, putting your foot down, taking an end to it. Nest change. Nest change comes up when somebody's leaving home, changing homes, also a new family member. You can see there's a little leg down the bottom here. So it can be when you new babies into the house. It can be somebody leaving the home as well. It can be so it can be divorce, separation, somebody leaving the home. We're talking about the personal home now, the home and the family. So there's changes going on around the home and the family. So those changes could be that they're either changing house, they're moving house, changing location, they're changing the people in the house. In other words, they've got a new baby coming into the house or somebody's leaving the home. So so comings and goings around the home or the house, the actual house and home that they're living in. So that's what's coming up here around Harry. Now over here, it's the cup empty. So for him, it's like a feeling of exhaustion, over it, you're drained. It's like your cup is now empty. It's like you've had enough of all this drama that's going on around you, and it's left you very empty. So it's like his cup is empty. So this is what I'm seeing for Harry in 2023, is that he's facing the question of where does his loyalties lie. Is looking at letting something go related to a relationship around him, or wanting forgiveness for letting a relationship go. So it can be that sense of either, this card here is either letting go or forgiveness. So it's that sense of needing forgiveness. I feel like there's some sadness around that, but as an end of a situation coming up, definitely end, or a new situation beginning, or new baby. So new beginnings to a situation. Things lining up for him, so it's like he's trying to get everything together, and he's trying to get his life together and all lined up. I feel like that it's like he's trying to line things up better, put his ducks in a row, but at the same time he's working out what it is that's annoying him. He's really intolerant. It's like a lack of tolerance going on here, and it's like, that's it. I've had enough. I've had enough of that person. And it's like just pulling that relationship up and it's gone. And then here again, we've got the card of the nest change, where this change is going on within the home and family, his own personal home and family. Okay, so that's Harry for 2023. Okay, let's have a look at William, Prince William for 2023. Please, Prince William for 2023. Please, Prince William for 2023. Ooh, we've got kind of like, to me, it's giving me that sense of military in his. See, we've got a military person here. It's called resilience. It's the nine of swords in the tarot. What have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the five of swords. So we've got the 9 of swords and the 5 of swords in the tarot. But what I'm getting a sense of military in here. So that looks to me to be military, and this is a battle going on. So we've got a lot of swords coming up for him. He's working hard at something. Okay. Okay, he's got a new path that he's going to be walking. Bigger, something bigger for him. Okay. So what I'm getting here in the centre of this spread is he's working hard. So he's working hard at something. And I feel like it's unconnected to his brother, unconnected to his father. He's working on something for him. Like he's hard at work. It could be to do with money too, something to do with growing his income or growing his brand, something going on there in the centrepiece for this one here. This card here comes up when you generally haven't been happy with a situation. So something in your life that you haven't been happy with in the past, and you're wanting to make changes to that situation. So you're wanting to make improvements or changes. So that's what's coming up around him. So it's yeah, I see, I don't know. I almost see him, I feel like it's some kind of tour or travelling. Like I feel I'm getting out of that card. I feel like it's a diplomatic move or a diplomatic tour of some sort. That's what I'm getting, because I'm seeing all these marching. Isn't that weird? I'm seeing like these, like, to me look like they're marching. So it's like a, I don't want to say war, but I'm getting the word diplomatic. So diplomatic isn't indicating a war, but I'm feeling like he's very, very active in that situation, active in being a diplomat, or there's some, the strategies perhaps. It's something that related to armed forces, Navy, Army, it's like related to a battle of some sort, and I am feeling like military, like a military here happening, and then I'm seeing marching going on. So, but I feel like he's very connected and he's very working hard. So I feel like that's maybe where his attention is, because it didn't feel to be as related to his brother or his wife or his father. It feels more military action, and I don't see him holding a gun. I don't see him in combat, but I feel like his attention is in the areas of diplomacy, strategy, working with the military, perhaps against foreign invaders, as I'm just saying what I'm hearing now. So it's like that's where his mindset is. It's him. His mindset is working with the military or working around strategies of diplomacy in some way. But I getting back before I saw the marching, I was seeing him doing some kind of tour, and it's not a military tour, it's like going to different countries, perhaps to like his Canada and Australia and like those, perhaps, but not certainty, and looking at their military, looking at their what they need or what they have, and trying to almost like doing a count. Like here you can see this is counting money, so it's almost like doing a inventory of what military we have, what, and the allied forces, what they have. Isn't this weird? This is completely not what I was expecting to get. But anyway, that's what I'm getting. Down the bottom here, this is called the attack card. So it's about attack. So it could be a personal attack on him against his brother. It could be some kind of personal attack on him against somebody coming from the public out with some kind of accusations against him, but there's some kind of personal attack on him that's going on here. Could be related to an attack on the country, being that's why they're trying to get the military sorted and work out what they've got with the allies and stuff like that. I really wasn't expecting this, but that's the kind of headspace of what I'm tapping into here. It's very diplomatic. It's very about working with other countries and allied forces and working out what we've got, but it's related, maybe it's a preparation of attack, he's preparing for attack and getting things sorted. But down here I'm seeing here, this is the Fool card. So this is a card of a new path. So maybe he's got new rank or new, what's that word? So his father's taken on all this stuff. We saw he had a lot of burdens with taking on, but maybe some of these things have been given to William. Maybe William's taking on some new things around the roles. Now, because I'm not pulling those words in easily, I don't feel as strongly to that connection, because I'm not finding the words, they're not coming in as easily as when I was talking about the military and diplomacy and all those things were coming in very, very clear. I feel like that's where his headspace is. And it's also about seeing the bigger picture. So with the seeing the bigger picture, I'm feeling like that is him seeing the bigger picture of, checking his assets or his allies. And what he's got, it's like doing the inventory. But he's looking in here, he's looking into his crystal ball, but looking at his inventory. So he's looking at what he's got and what the allied forces have got. And it's like, yeah, that's what I'm getting from him. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm not getting anything here whatsoever regarding his marriage. He's even related to his brother, anything like that. None of that. I'm getting burden. He's the weight of the world, so carrying the weight of the world. So it's like he's very, very engaged on what's going on in the world. That's what I'm getting. So he's, excuse me, this is a communication thing. So I'm getting here, that's where his focus is the world. His focus, his attention is what's going on in the world. That's where his attention is. It's not to do with, his wife and his family and his father's coronation or the drama going on around his brother. His focus is on strategy, diplomacy, what's going on in the world. So that's what I see for him for 2023. Okay, let's have a look at Megan. Okay, what's happening for Megan in 2023, please? Megan in 2023. Okay, this is a lifestyle card, so it's all about the lifestyle. Let's see what it's placed next to before we know what's going on with the lifestyle. Okay, we've got turmoil close to home for her. And wearing a mask. So it's like the way she is in public is not the way she is in real life. So it's like she's wearing a mask of some sort. Not being authentic. Okay, she's also got the long-term commitment card, the jail card, long-term commitment going on around her. Also got the self-development card, which has been in all three spreads so far, self-development. Okay, so in the first card, King Charles, when I said, probably need another card here. Okay, she's got another one the same as King Charles in the same position. Okay, we're doing Megan, please. Messages for Megan. Oh, which one of these will I take? I've got 3 cards here. Okay. I might just keep them like that and then I'll read underneath. Okay, let's have a little look. Okay, as I said, the card of the self-development that came up, when it came up for King Charles, it was all about his mother passing on the medals or passing on the honours to the son. So it's from one generation down to the next. It's passing on the responsibilities of being royal. Now, we've got this one in Megan's reading as the centre card. Okay, so what that's indicating to me is, given that it was on the King Charles read, is that what honours have been passed down to King Charles, and honours is not the right word, what responsibilities, what titles coming in from given to King Charles, centred around Megan's spread is what titles for her children, titles or honours or responsibilities, or where does that leave her standing? So that's what's the centrepiece of her read, is where does that leave her? So where King Charles, we saw the card, this one here, passing the baton from mother to son, meaning that he's now king and the responsibilities go to Charles. But this coming up as the centrepiece of Megan's spread is indicating to me, as because of him now being in charge, King Charles being in charge, where does that leave Megan? So where does that leave her? And I feel like it's like everybody's getting a piece of the pie. Everybody's getting their titles, they're getting their new titles upside down. So, and that fell out upside down then. So, and it's about, perhaps she's concerned about titles for her children, or what's in it for her, what she's receiving. Now, she's also got the long-term commitment card that came up in the same place for King Charles. It came up in the same spot. Now, where we said that was long-term commitment, it's my jail card though, I've got to say, but it's also about long-term commitment, also about marriage. It can be marriage. So till death do us part is also here. It can mean till death do us part, and be related to a commitment, long-term commitment. And down the bottom here, it's also came up in King Charles' reading, was the inspired ideas. So where we read for King Charles having ideas that he wanted to put forward, which he may not have been able to express those ideas, she's got inspired ideas. So here we've got receiving right next to those ideas. So yes, Megan has a lot of ideas. So she's got some inspired ideas for her brand, for her family. But I feel like she's going to be receiving. So yeah, I don't think there's any shortage of offers for Megan. I feel like, yeah, she will be receiving. She will be getting ideas or receiving. I'm hearing donations, but it's not donations. She's receiving something in some way. Somebody's giving her something, she's receiving. So it's not where she's worried about titles and all that stuff and where that leaves her. I don't think there's any shortage of offers on the table for her, or money coming in for her. It's definitely not going to leave her high and dry. I feel like, yeah, she's still going to be receiving. Now over here, which is interesting, it's got the lack of tolerance card. So where we saw that in Harry's reading, where there was a lack of tolerance, had enough of whatever it was and they're uprooting this or that. It's also come up in Megan's reading as well. So she's intolerant as well. There's a lack of tolerance there. Now I'm just trying to piece whether the intolerance is for each other, there's a fighting with each other and there's a lack of intolerance for each other, or if there's a lack of tolerance for the royal family. But I'm trying to decipher which one it is. I might have to pull another card on that one just so I can get an idea of, underneath it we had some cards already pulled down the bottom. Okay, so there's some kind of healing that's required in her life, so some kind of healing. So whether that's healing with relationships, she tends to cut through relationships and have that lack of tolerance for people, but I feel like she needs to do some kind of healing in some way around her lack of tolerance for family members, or there's a lack of tolerance also in Harry's reading. I feel like there's some kind of healing that's required there. So I feel like that where she has that attitude of, or that you wrong her, you're gone kind of thing, this intolerant attitude. So it's ruins relationships in her life, but I feel like there's some kind of healing that needs to take place there. She needs to be working on healing those relationships is what I'm getting there for her. Now, I pulled another 2 cards on here. The camera did cut out. I just wanted a little bit more information on what was going on there around the relationship, because I did say that turmoil close to home here is indicating to me, because we've got the marriage, and I feel like there's turmoil. So while there's in the public eye, there's no shortage of opportunities for her, talk shows or podcasts, or I don't think it's a podcast. I feel like she's getting offered something. There's no shortage of offers on the table for her, but I feel like behind closed doors, where the mask is, she's putting on a mask in their public face, what they present to the public is different to how it really is in the background. So here, because we've got turmoil close to home, also related to her lifestyle or the children, there's thoughts there around the children. I got here about the timing. There's something going on around the timing for something. So I pulled another couple of cards, and I got here the retreat, needing to retreat. So I think it's, for some reason, I think that she's needing to retreat from public life, which I believe that when I see it. I'm just listening, in order to heal these relationships close to her. So I feel like there needs to be a little bit of work within her marriage. I feel like, there needs to be some healing to take place there. And I feel like, public eye, while it looks to be a lot going on and opportunities for her, I feel like behind closed doors, the marriage and the family and the home, I feel like, there's a mask. It's not the way they're presenting in public, it's different to how they actually are. Now, I pulled these 2 cards to just get a little bit more validation on that, and I've got something around her is very emotionally overwhelming for her, and she's needing to retreat. It's too much. There's something going on around her that is just too much. She cannot take it anymore. And that leads me back to this intolerance card and needing to some time for healing around that. Again, we've got the time. This is where the time's coming in. She's needing some time to herself, or time to retreat, whether it's from the public or from the family problems. She's having to pull her energy back and retreat in order to get away from this emotional overwhelm. It's too much. It's been too much for her. So I feel like, there's some kind of, I feel like she's going to be retreating back. She could even be doing some kind of, not rehab, but kind of, where you just get away somewhere nice, maybe by herself secretly, or something. There's something going on around her that she's retreating. She has to retreat because it's been too emotionally overwhelming for her, and I feel like she needs that time to heal is what's going on for her. It's chaotic. It's just a little bit of a mess. While lots of opportunities around her, I feel like the relationships around her are not doing so well, and she needs to retreat back to get things in order because it's been too emotionally overwhelming. It's been too much to deal with for her. Okay, so let's do the last one. I think we'll just do the last one. We'll do Kate. Have a look at Kate quickly. Okay, let's have a look at Kate's, please. Let's have a look. So I just want to be clear, because I was just getting Camilla then. So I will just make sure we're just reading on Kate, please. What's happening for Kate in 2023? Okay. Okay, what I'm getting for Kate in 2023. I feel like, okay, there's a bit going on. The first thing I'm drawn to is the death card. The death card in the tarot has come up. Okay, so just trying to tap in to see if that's related to a physical death around her, or an ending to a situation. Okay, there's some kind of loss. She's losing something. She's losing something. There's something she's losing, because we've got the loss card. This is the card of loss. Now, I feel like this is her moving forward. So this is her trying to move forward. She's got the card here of having a positive outlook. It's the yes card. So it's the card of the positive outlook, the way the world sees you. So the way the world sees her is having that positive outlook in the face of death. That's how I'm reading these two. Okay. Here we've got having a positive outlook in the face of death is what these two cards are reading together for me. Okay, again, we've got the card of the self-development cards come up again, and I just feel like that's all the titles, the titles that's been allocated to everybody. So I feel like, yeah, the different titles that everybody's getting. Okay, so we've got something about old world knowledge down the bottom. Let me just see if I can tap in. We've got some new opportunities coming up for her, but I do feel like she's losing. She's losing something. Also, suspicion, something suspect around her. So there's it's called suspect motives. It's like she's either looking into something. No, I don't. Oh, there is a mask. I was going to say, is it the mask card? Is the way what it was making me feel is that how she looks one way in private life. You can see this is opening the curtains on her private life. So this is her public life. This is what we see, which we don't see her like this. That's actually opposite. But here it's like revealing. It's revealing her on a more personal level. So we're having a little insight into her on a personal level. I'm getting here, this is the mask card, the card we had with Megan to show, the Megan relationship with Megan and Harry to show that it's different in real life compared to what it actually is being portrayed to the public. Kate, I'm getting the energy of that being a little bit different. I'm getting, I feel like she's taking off the mask to show us more of a personal insight into her for some reason. We're going to be seeing a little more of her in a personal way. So it's like she's revealing more of herself to the public. And it could be related to the photography or the photos. It's more, she's revealing something personal, of a personal nature to public, making it public. We're getting more of an insight into Kate, what's going on with Kate. Now, it could be something she's lost. Okay, she's not an easy person to read, actually. Not a little bit guarded. I feel like she's a bit more guarded, and that's why I think I'm getting. She doesn't let many people in. It's like I'm feeling that guarded. I'm feeling very guarded. And it's like she's not easy to reach. It's not easy to get to her. It's like, but I feel like she could be showing a little more of herself, but I feel like she still has a guard up around her. There's some kind of guard around her. Okay. So things are moving forward for her. We've got in the centre of the spread is the moving forward, and she's got some new opportunities on the horizon for her. Now I'm just trying to get another card here for this old knowledge. What are we meaning by old knowledge? I don't think she's writing a book. This is a card of writing a book. And that would indicate revealing more personal things about her. Okay, and this one here is her loyalty. It's about her loyalty to, her family and her children. I think she's a very good mother, and she's very loyal to her children. So her focus is her children is her focus. She's very loyal to her family. She's a very loyal person, loyal to her family. Perhaps loyal to a fault is what I'm hearing. But yeah, she's not an easy person to read on. If I would say something, I feel like she's got a bit going on. She's busy. She keeps busy. She's a busy person. She has a lot going on around her. I feel like she keeps a positive outlook in public face. Public face is a positive outlook. I feel like she could be positive anyway, but I feel like she's got a bit of a bit of a hard shell. She's a bit hard to get the softness out of, like to get the real her is what I'm getting. It's like you've got to dig a little bit to get into the real her. But yeah, there's whether or not she's going to be showing a softer side, showing more of her journey, more of her truth, because this is a card of being authentic. Still loyal. She'll still be loyal to the family. Still keeping that loyal to the family, but I feel like somehow she's releasing or opening up about her journey or her feelings in some way. I feel like, yeah, that's what we might be getting out of her. We might be finding out more about how Kate feels. But she's also losing something. There's a loss of something going on for her. That could be relating to us finding out losses that she's had in her life. Losses of, feeling loss of confidence, or loss of love, or just losses of something she's experienced in her life. Maybe that's what's going to be, she's coming out with that. Okay, thank you for joining me.